Hello, educators. I'm Carrie Cole with Side by Side Educational Consulting, and today is Q&A Thursday. Today is part 4, the last part, in a series that we've been doing to address the common question that we receive in our Science of Reading trainings for foundational reading skills. And that question is, how can we proactively teach and remediate letter reversals such as B and D? So, just to quickly review, in part 1, we explored the brain science behind reversals. In part 2, we discussed the importance of a multimodal approach when remediating reversals. And then in part 3, we shared 2 instructional methods for remediating reversals, including the Gab Labs multimodal salt trays to reinforce letter formation in connection with letter name and sound, and also Linda Farrell's BD hand approach, for which we shared a video. Today, I'd like to show you a way to connect to the differences between B and D for spelling using this multimodal approach. If I was working with students, it might look something like this. So, students, today we are going to work on ways to remember B and D when we are writing words. Listen, this can be so tricky because these two letters not only look alike, but they also sound alike. Let me show you some ways to better remember the differences between these two letters in terms of their sound and also how they look. So the first thing that I want us to think about is how we write the letter B. I want you to look at this sound spelling card. First, look at the lowercase letter B, this one right here. It has a straight line down first, and then we come back up around to make the circle. B, bear, B. B, line first, bear, B. Watch me write it. I'm going to get out my whiteboard and we're going to write that letter B. Remember, the line comes first. Here we go. Line first, and I'm not going to pick up my pencil. B, line first, down, follow it back up to make a circle. Bear, B. B, bear, B. Line first. Now, you write it with me. We're going to write it together. Remember, we write the line first. Ready? Here we go. Line first, down, B. Back up we come, bear, B. There's that letter B. Remember, B has a line first and then a circle. Okay, that's the letter B. The next thing that I want us to think about is how we write the letter D. Let's look at that one. Here's my sound spelling card for the letter D. Look at the lowercase letter D. Oh my goodness, it is the opposite of B. D has a circle first, then a line. Watch. D. Around we go. D. Dog. D. D. Try it again. Circle first. D. Around. Dog. D. Watch me write it on my whiteboard. Remember, circle first. Here we go. D. Dog. D. D. You write it with me. Ready? Here we go. Remember, circle first. D. Round to make a circle. Up to make the line. Dog. D. D. Now that we understand how that letter is formed, B with a line first and D with a circle first, I want to show you another thing that can really help us remember how to write those letters, especially when we are spelling words. Sometimes it can be tricky when you hear a B in a word or a D in a word to remember if the line comes first or if the circle comes first, because remember, I'm going to show you this one more time. Oh my goodness, they look so much alike. Here's the B with the line first. And here's the D with the circle first. They look so similar. They both have lines. They both have circles. It just depends on what comes first. So here is a way that can help you with that when you're thinking about forming that letter. I want you to think about how your mouth is making that sound. Let's try this together. So if I was wanting to write the word bat, for example, like I see a bat flying around at night, bat. I hear 3 sounds in bat. I bet you hear them too. What are those 3 sounds? You tell me, and I'm going to write 3 lines on the whiteboard to represent those sounds. Ready? Tell me the sounds in bat. B, at. Yes, b, at. Okay, let's think about those 3 sounds. What's the first sound you hear in bat? B. Ooh. Now I have to think about how I write that letter. Is it a line first or a circle first? B. Here's a clue. I want you to watch how I make that sound. Look closely at my lips as I make it. B. Watch again. B. Now, you get out your mirror and try it for yourself. Watch how you're making that sound. Almost do it like you're in slow motion. B. B. What do you notice about your lips at the beginning of the sound? B. B. Do you see that your lips are closed in a straight line and then you pop the air out? Make it again. B. Straight line, it starts closed. There's a straight line on your lips and it's closed, and then it pops the air out. B. B. There's my straight line, and then I pop the air out. When you make that sound B in a word, like in bat, you can feel that your lips are closed in a straight line before the air pops out. B. See this line on my lips? That means a line comes first. That means a line comes first. What a great clue for us. So I hear in the word bat, b, at, that first sound, b. I'm feeling and seeing that that line is there. My lips are closed. That line is there. The line comes first. B. Very good. What's the next sound you hear in bat? B. Ah. How do we spell ah? Yes, A. Very good. And what's the last sound you hear in bat? B. Ah. Yes. T. How do we spell t? Yes, T. Excellent work, students. Very, very good. Let's try another word. This next word that we're going to try is the word sad. Like, I felt sad when I had to say goodbye to my friend. Sad. What sounds do you hear in sad? You tell me the sounds and I'll draw the lines. Here we go. Yes. S-A-D. Very good. What's the first sound you hear in sad? Yes. S. How do we write or spell s? Yes, with an S. Very good. What's the next sound you hear in sad? S. Ah, excellent. How do we spell ah? Yes, A. Very good. What's the last sound you hear in sad? S, ah, D. Yes, D. Oh, I think that's a D, but I'm trying to remember, is it a line first? D. Or is it a circle first? Let's explore that a little. Watch me make this sound. D, D. Look at my mouth closely as I make it again. D. Now look in your mirror and try it for yourself. What do you notice? D, D. Do you see that your lips are open, almost in a circle, and then your tongue is up behind your teeth, tip-tapping out that D, D sound? Try it. D, D. The mouth is open, almost in a circle, while my tongue taps out that sound. D, D. That means the circle comes first. Watch as I write it. Circle first, then the line, d. Now let's say the sounds and read it. Ready? Sad. Blend it together. Sad. What's that word? Yes, sad. All right, everyone, that's it for today. I hope that you found that helpful. As I close, I want to remind you of the multimodal approach I just modeled. So notice and pay attention to a few things that we did. First, there was a visual connection. We had two ways to connect to the visual letter and also to the sound visually. First, when we looked at the letter and the way it was formed, we noticed where the line and the circle was at. We noted that. Second, by looking in our mirrors to determine how our mouth is forming, that reinforced the sound. So there was two ways visually. When we think about the auditory connection, that was across the entire lesson, lots of auditory connections. We said the name of the letter, the target word, and the sound, and then connected again and again and again to the sounds when spelling the word, and then also when forming that sound and looking in our mirrors. B, b, d, d. We said that sound over and over and over again. So there was lots of auditory connections. Lastly, there was a tactile kinesthetic connections as well. We started by physically writing the letter, forming that letter and talking about whether the circle came first or whether the line came first. Remember, handwriting in itself is a kinesthetic connection. We then also felt how we were making the sounds in our mouth, and we described that. We looked in the mirror for that visual connection, then we talked about what we were feeling. I'm feeling my tongue behind my teeth, tip-tapping that sound out, and I may feel that my lips are open, or I felt like my lips were closed in a line. And then I popped out the air for the sound. So we were describing how our mouth was feeling. There's that kinesthetic connection when we were producing that sound. Okay, remember, our Q&As are based on questions from educators just like you. So if you have a question, we'd love to hear from you. Visit our website at sidebysideconsulting.com, click on contact us, or you can also send us a direct message on social media. That's it, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. See you next Thursday.